What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. People stepping on the flag. I see people kind of, you know, expressing why they stepping on the flag, and I see people liking people stepping on the flag, and people disliking people stepping on the flag, and it's interesting to me. Not just because of it's interesting on both sides. Because I heard somebody ask a question, you know, about black people in particular, like, y'all really like sing the national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance and y'all really salute the flag? Like that's what y'all do that? Y'all really, it's kind of eerie to see, y'all just singing the Star Spangled Banner like it's in your heart. And I can understand that don't make no sense. I can't. That's pretty much all I got to say about that, right? Um, I guess I mean for some of us uh, are into it, and some of us is just sitting there waiting for the formality to be over. In my opinion, you know. Also, now get into it. For the people who are stepping on the flag, and it says, since the flag disrespects me, and the flag represents this country which disrespects me, I will disrespect it. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, only my only question is, what are you willing to do to disrespect the country the way the country disrespects you or us? You know, that's always like the elephant in the room. Like, um, we'll step on a flag. You know, we'll get on the media and talk about we need to have an honest conversation. We need to protest peacefully. You know, we need to make sure we do everything in accordance with what makes everybody feel comfortable, instead of just doing things that make people feel uncomfortable. I mean, if we feel like we're always constantly made uncomfortable, what is the issue with making other people uncomfortable? I don't understand that. I don't see what's the fear. I mean, they're not gonna shame people into treating us better. But that's my like question about that. For other people who are on the flip side of the flag, it's the country, it represents the country. I mean, maybe it's disrespectful to you because the flag represents something different for you. You know, you might see the flag as something noble and patriotic and idealistic and so things in that nature. But everybody doesn't see it that way. I mean, the flag may represent nobility and freedom and the willingness to fight for your own freedom, right? That might be what it represents for some. Others, the flag may represent murder, just murder for comfort, crime for comfort, you know, because the things that were done under that flag basically were to make people comfortable financially and lifestyle, right? So, um, slavery, plantation houses, you know, comfort, you know, um, discrimination, oppression means I get to have, sharecropping and all that. I get to have more than you so I can live comfortably. So you got hot water. The flag can represent you got nice hot water and I got ice cold water in the wintertime. You know, and for you, you might say, no, it doesn't represent that. It represents the idea that a man can pick himself up by his bootstraps and become something great with himself. He can go from nothing to something. Good ideal. It's a true ideal in this country. But the flag can also represent oppression to keep somebody from pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, and to keep somebody from going from something to nothing, and to steal from somebody trying to go from nothing to something, rather going from nothing to something, or and stealing, or watching somebody go from nothing to something and stealing somebody's something and nobody doing nothing about it because they don't look like a person with something is supposed to look. So, you know, the flag may mean things abroad. You know, I'm not too sure that people respect the flag on the other, in Asia, in Africa, maybe in Australia, because Australia is the same way. It's just murderous people who stole some shit and are living off other and oppressing people and got to get for comfort. I mean, it's the same thing. You know, Africa, same thing. Europe, pretty much home base for the crime. So I get the challenge, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, so are people upset that once people start stepping on the your ideal or your um, representation or symbol, your symbol for freedom and justice and equality, which is not free and just and equal for all anyways, and never was and it never will be. Are you in fear that next they will step on you the way you stepped on them? You know, I think that has something to do with it personally. You know, first the flag, next the cross. You know, because these are all symbols to make people passive. Because, but at the same time, are, are people making mockery of these symbols to let them know the passivity, the passive nature of what they were intended for is dying off or is almost completely eroded? Or is this just passive people doing passive shit for show who won't actually do anything beyond that? I guess, which I guess is the questions that remain to be seen, right? So, it's just my thoughts about people stepping on the flag. Peace.